Again, just to review, we have two links in our case study. The top link there is frame relay. Frame relay is the data link layer protocol. It goes over a T1. The lower link is HDLC, high-level data link control, and it also goes over a T1. But notice the upper layer T1, remember, is only a 256K fractional T1. Now, remember, when you move the data from the client to the server, you actually have to move ones and zeros. Well, this discussion is the physical layer of Ethernet. How do you physically move ones and zeros from the network interface card in the client to the network interface card in the server? Notice we show you the ones and zeros. Notice that the limit and distance between the client and the hub is 100 meters. So remember, there is a wide area network too, and so there are, again, the additional links, but we're basically going to talk about the link between the client and the server and that Ethernet frame. But that Ethernet frame was explained at the data link layer. We're just going to basically talk about how you move the ones and zeros from the client to router A. Here's your original picture. Remember the frames. Remember that it transmits ones and zeros to set up synchronization between the network interface cards. Well, the questions at the physical layer are, what affects the process of sending ones and zeros across the cable? First of all, ones and zeros in this case are represented by electricity going down that electrical cable between the client network interface card and the router network interface card. So the electricity being transferred across that cable would probably either be turned on if it's a 1 or left off if it's 0. Ethernet sends a 1 or a 0 every microsecond. So if you opened up the cabling, you would see electricity in there in 1 microsecond if it's a 1, or a 0 would be left open and there would be no electricity. The things that affect that process of representation of ones and zeros are the cable distance, which is limited to 100 meters, the cable topology, which is in this case is known as a star topology, the actual physical devices that connect the network interface card to the cable, or the hub to the cable, or the hub itself. The hub itself can be limited and have an effect on the transmission also. On the wide area network, remember that the physical layer is T1.